Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Tuesday, September 30th, 2025 by Gaia Blooming. I'm Mimi and our energy mantra for today is as above, so below. The divine is with me wherever I go. And today, our last day of September, kind of a quiet astro day, not too much going on. We have the moon continuing Capricorn, helping us make decisions, helping us remember our personal authority and autonomy. And the moon in Capricorn is making the connections today. We have the moon in Capricorn connecting to Venus, connecting to Mercury, and connecting to Jupiter through the day. So the first connection is the moon and Venus hanging out in the sign of Virgo. This is a trine, earth trine. And so when we have earth trine, this can be good, like nose to the grindstone, kind of work it, get it, do it attitude. And top of the cards I have today is the participation card. So we are in it. We're working towards something. I love 4 energy because there's a foundational sort of thing here. So this might be around your home, but you may also find yourself doing this work with others. I also love this card because this is very Virgo, or Venus in Virgo, because I always call this card my body, mind, spirit, soul, and heart card, bringing them all together in whatever the work is that you're doing, however you're showing up, connecting to all these parts, bringing it. But that's kind of the energy that we're starting the day. And then it's not till the evening that we have the moon squaring Mercury and then opposing Jupiter. So moon in Capricorn squaring Mercury in Libra. And this just screams kind of 2 different ways, 2 different understandings of doing things, and this energy coming to a crossroads or coming to a wall, not really working so well together. And we do have the schizophrenia card. This card has showed up so much during this Libra season, so we may just have to really sink in and make a decision, whether it's with somebody else or even within ourselves, just really dropping in to make whatever that decision is, utilizing the Capricorn, but really listening to yourself as well, like that personal inner authority for whatever the conflict or the confusion or the indecision is, really dropping within to align with this. Now, we then have the moon and Jupiter in an opposition, and we have Jupiter hanging out at 22 degrees, master degree energy. So there is some feeling energy that may have to be dealt with. Moon in Capricorn is not so much about wanting to delve into the feelings, but Jupiter in Cancer is like, hey, there's these things, you've been kind of holding on to this for a while. You gotta stop holding on to this thing. It is causing stress, right? You really gotta have a little courage, work through this energy, move through this energy. That connection to Jupiter is also building in a square to Mercury. It may be that something does need to be said. It also is connecting to Lilith. So these feels might be beyond the here and now. It might have to do with some of the feminine yin energy rising within you, needing to be expressed, needing to say what you need to say, kind of an energy. And this is, again, where we need the courage. This might not necessarily be to somebody, though. This might be to God, Spirit, Universe. As I looked at this astro, and it's really interesting, the card that came up for Journey of Love, but one of the things that was coming up was, I don't know exactly where it is as I look at this chart. It's just what came through feeling-wise was the human frustrations with God, Spirit, Universe at how things are unfolding right now. And maybe that's my own personal thing, but I know I'm not the only one feeling that. And I was reminded that what is unfolding right now has been created by us humans. And we need to have faith that as we have created this all together collectively, we can also heal this and shift this energy. And you need to know that. And you also need to know that God, Spirit, Universe is working through you. But it might be just some of the feelings of this that needs to move through. And we've been kind of tapping it down, trying to keep it together, like Capricorn energy. But that's part of what has fed all this, is where we try to put our heads down and just keep working and just keep going. No, you need to kind of acknowledge, I am feeling this about this thing, and that's okay and good and necessary. And like I said, part of that Jupiter in Cancer energy, supporting the feels, your emotions. I always like to say, emotions are energy in motion. It has to move through. When we clamp it down, tramp it down, oh my goodness, that leads to terribleness. So let's look at this card. Card 33, God speaks. It says the divine is speaking to you directly. Underneath the silence, there is the endless music of love pulsating throughout the universe. Within that sacred sound, there is guidance. It may or may not have words. It might be a feeling in your heart that you can only access while you are still, relaxed, dancing, in yoga practice, or even half asleep. It assures you that behind any struggle or challenge, there is only ever the divine seeking you out, calling you to surrender some fear or doubt or other so you can move closer. Trust in the sound of love beyond anything else, for in truth, no matter what might appear to be, there is nothing else. This oracle brings you guidance. You are being loved into becoming. Be open to being shown the divine genius in all that is happening. If you feel you are being nudged, know that you are being nudged by the divine. If you feel you're being held back, know that you're being held back by the divine. All is happening perfectly for you, and all will unfold in divine timing. The divine is speaking to you. When you are captivated by the beauty of nature, or in a logical sense that everything is going to be okay, listen. That is the divine talking to you, reassuring you that all is unfolding according to spiritual law in perfect cooperation with your own destiny. And so I think that's a good reminder in these crazy times. It's all working out, even though it looks pretty gross, but this grossness has been trapped underneath, which is why we ourselves need to do the work to release and heal what we've pushed down within ourselves and show up in our truest sense of self as we can, because that is what is bringing healing. So, kind of a shorter scope today. We'll leave that there. You can book a reading or a clearing. Reach out to me if you have any questions about that, or if you'd like to set it up. mimiclark@gmail.com. And the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and may your guiding light be strong. Know you can trust the process. And again, I'm still hearing, this is a big one right now, remember who you are. Namaste.